How you guys doing? Eric here. Today is Saturday, May 26, 2018, Memorial Day weekend here in Colorado. Beautiful weather we're having here. Finally got our leaves on our aspen trees. Really feeling like summer finally. It was just like last week we were still having snow. So yeah, the seasons changed real quick up here. But yeah, Memorial Day weekend. I'm supposed to remember all our fallen heroes and our men and women in uniform. And President Trump will come out and give a speech. I'm so proud of all our men and women in uniform. Our police and our firefighters, our first responders. I'm so proud of all of them. They're so brave. Men and women in uniform, man. Nothing fucking brave about it, man. They serve themselves, man. They join the military to fucking make their own lives easier so they can go to college, so they can get a better job. They're not doing it to keep America safe. They don't keep America safe in the fucking first place, man. All they do is go around the fucking country, steal the resources from everybody else, kill innocent fucking people. That's our wonderful military. That's what they call keeping us safe. Going around murdering innocent people, stealing their resources. That's what keeps America safe. Because we need all the resources. And if we can't steal your resources, then we're not safe. So yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend, and I just want to give thanks to all our wonderful men and women in uniform. So brave, such a brave military we have. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, happy Memorial Day. I kind of do this every year. I talk shit about Memorial Day because I really have no use for our fucking wonderful military. So yeah, anyways, on a personal note, been working all week, driving down to Lafayette every day, working. Missed my dentist appointment last week, so I had to reschedule that. So I ended up taking a day off of work, which I got some things accomplished, but I didn't get as much as I wanted to. You know, it's the last week of May coming up. My dad's will probate, it ends next week, so I got a lot of things I got to fucking deal with real soon here, man. I'm gonna be real busy taking care of a lot of shit, man. Fighting off the fucking world, trying to hold on to as much as I can before the fucking scumbags that be come and try to steal everything. That's the world we live in, man. No one's entitled to have anything without them fucking sticking their fucking filthy hooves in it. Their fucking cloven hooves. The fucking pigs that they are. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, but yeah, you know, I like working, and we work down there working with Donnie. And yeah, it's good, you know, I love it, man. But, you know, I do feel like I'm fucking running on a treadmill, man. That's going uphill. And I'm never going to get anywhere with my fucking job, you know, with working, no matter what I do. And I'm not alone in that, you know. We all are in the same boat. We're locked into fucking 1980s wages. You know, when I was a kid back in 1980s, my parents, you know, my elder generation, they made as much money as I'm making today. In the 2018, you know, I make from $20 to $25 an hour. Well, my uncles and my dad and my people were making that much money back in the 1980s. And the price of living was probably about 1/3 of what it is now. So we're making the same money, and we're trying to survive on 3 times the fucking cost of living, you know. I remember when I was a kid in high school, I learned in math class that it was $10 a bag for groceries back then, you know. So, and I checked it out, you know. I looked into it. It was true, man. I'd go shopping, and I'd keep track of it. And if I spent $100, I would get 10 bags of groceries. That was back in the 80s into the 90s. And yeah, for quite a while it was like, now I'm keeping track of it. I go shopping. I keep spending more money and getting less food. It's insanity, man. It's like every time I go to the store, I spend more money. The cost of living is going uphill exponentially. The cost of gas, utilities, you name it, everything just keeps fucking skyrocketing. And my wages have been stagnated ever since I started working. Even back in the 80s and 90s, when I first started working back in the 90s, I was making the same fucking money I'm making now, and the cost of living was less than half. So yeah, it's frustrating, man. I guess the only way to really do it now is just to try to, you can't really work hourly. You got in my position as a carpenter, need to, you know, me and my partner are trying to find some jobs where we can just do the job for a certain set price and split the money. So that's the only way we're going to make money. We can't really work hourly. You know, some jobs we got no choice but to work hourly, but we're going to be trying to make our own fucking money without an hourly wage, because on the hourly wage they're paying nowadays, it's just, you're never going to get ahead. You're going to be running on that treadmill up that hill for the rest of your fucking life and retire a fucking poor homeless motherfucker begging on the streets to feed your dog. You know, it's funny though, most of us can't get a fucking raise, can never make any more money, except for the fucking cops and the lawyers and the judges and the whole fucking shit show punishment system that's there to fucking destroy our lives. They get a fucking raise every year, man. The average cop in America today is probably making $150,000 to $200,000 fucking dollars a year, and they constantly get raises. But the rest of us, the ones that they're charged with fucking beating down and exploiting, can never make any more money. But our cost of living just keeps skyrocketing. Anyways, yeah, you know, I think one of the only ways you can really get out, you know, is to become more self-sufficient in this world. Well, instead of being dependent on them, try growing my own food. I'm gonna try growing most of my own food, raising chickens, raising eggs. So I keep my property up here. I'm gonna grow a greenhouse. I'm gonna build a greenhouse and try to start growing a lot of my own food. That's the one way I see to beat the system, because the cost of food is fucking... I remember there was a time when I thought food was very affordable, and they never even taxed food. You know, they made it affordable to eat for everybody. Now they're making it fucking harder and harder for people to afford food. Even if you're on food stamps, it's hard to get enough food for the fucking money we're making these days. So yeah, I think we all need to become more self-sufficient, grow stuff, trade, barter, cut the fucking big brother out of the picture. It's real hard, you know, because big brother don't want to be cut out of the picture, man. You start doing things on your own, like growing your own weed and shit, and cutting them out of their fucking taxes and their corporations out of their money. They start passing laws to say, oh, you know, you're no longer allowed to grow your own food on your own property. It's illegal. It's dangerous. You can't know, you know. We just passed a new law here in Colorado where if you want to grow your own weed at home, you got to get a fucking permit. You got to have a home inspection. And you only got to grow so much. You know, I talk about this a lot. So yeah, we don't have legal weed in Colorado. It's quasi-legal. It's all about hooray for Big Brother and fuck everybody else. Everybody else got to pay. The Big Brother's gonna make it. So yeah, you can do it, but you got to have a permit. You know, you can grow more if you got the right permits, licenses to grow rec, to grow. But anytime they want, the feds can come and arrest you. So we don't have legal fucking weed. It's bullshit. Anyways, yeah, it's a little Memorial Day rant this year. I say, goddamn the armed forces. We don't need them. They're just ruining people's lives. Even the own fucking armed forces, they have the largest fucking suicide rate of any other sector. It's fucking armed military, because they fucking put them on all these fucking psychotropic drugs and shit. So yeah, they don't give a fuck about the military. They use them just like everybody else. And the president comes out and, Oh, I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of our military. They shed their blood for our freedom. They died to protect our freedom. Bullshit. They died to protect the fucking evil empire of Israel and England. They shed their blood for our right to have a 3-day weekend and eat some hot dogs and thank all the wonderful men and women for their service. Thank you for your service. They say they died for our rights and our freedoms. Well, I guess they died for nothing then, because we sure the fuck don't have any rights or freedoms in this fucking shithole.